Hey guys, we are 4 months into 2025 already. Can you believe it? 4 months that I have been doing carnivore and rebooting my fitness challenge. I hope that you guys have been successful so far in your efforts to get in shape and clean up your diet here in 2025. If you have not started, tomorrow can be day one. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on the progress I have made in the last 4 months, the struggles that I had in April, and what is on tap for May. Let's get right into it. On January 1st of 2025, I weighed in at 208 pounds, which is a lot for me. I had gotten, admittedly, a little bit sloppy on my nutrition, and I wasn't exercising or even doing any walking or running or anything. And the combination of those two things is not good. So I made a commitment to myself to get back on track like I have done for the past 15 or 20 years. And since January 1st, I have dropped 23 pounds officially as of May 1st. That means 208 down to 185 pounds. Over the month of April, the last 30 days, that was a 4-pound drop from my weigh-in April 1st at 189 to yesterday's weigh-in at 185. Now, my target weight is somewhere around 175. I'd like to be adding muscle as I'm losing fat. I'm trying to get to a body fat percentage, let's say somewhere around 15%, and I still have a ways to go to make that happen. I will see where I'm at around the end of June, 2 months from now, to reach that target body weight and target body fat percentage, and what other tweaks we might need to make at that point. You guys that have known me for a while know that I've been doing the keto, low carb type diet for about the last 18 years. Yes, every now and then, like at the end of 2024, I get a little bit sloppy and I go off my diet and then I have to fix it. And that's where we're at right now. But I'm doing something different here in 2025, and that is trying the carnivore diet. Why the carnivore diet, you might ask? Isn't that just a little bit too restrictive? Why don't you just keep it simple and cut your calories? Pivoting from keto to carnivore is not really that hard. I wanted to try something new. And you know what I found with carnivore is that I have high satiety. I don't feel hungry all the time, even though I'm on a very calorie restricted diet to lose weight. It supports my ideal goal of not eating processed or refined foods. It's really, really simple. Beef, chicken, fish, pork, meat, and it supports being in ketosis when you're on a carnivore diet. Now, keto or carnivore might not be for everyone. It might not be for you. There's different things to try out there. And no matter which diet you pick, I would urge you to go talk to a doctor or a nutritionist first if you have not been on a weight loss diet, and make your goal to eliminate sugar and processed foods, anything in a package that has unnatural ingredients. Shop around the outside aisles of the grocery store. That is where the healthiest stuff is at. My monthly food budget, I think, is very reasonable considering that it's almost all meat, about $200 per month. And I've shown you guys every month the type of foods that I'm buying. Here at the beginning of April, I started off with a picanha roast and a brisket, plus some canned mackerel, which I use for snacks. I love the picanha with that fat cap across the top. It's such a tender cut of meat when you cook it right, and very affordable compared to someone that is eating ribeye every single day. And the brisket, man, we love our brisket here in Texas. What can I say? The price of these two roasts together was about $90, and they were quite big. And that is plenty of food for me to get my April off to a good start for many, 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 many days. Over the first 3 months of 2025, I was eating a lot of beef. So around the middle of April, I said, let me just finish off April with a lot of seafood. And I went and bought a bunch of cans of light tuna, some Alaskan salmon, some sardines, and more mackerel. And I made some really great dishes with that: tuna salad, a tuna egg salad, and some salmon cakes. And yeah, there is a couple of greens in here. Don't hate on me too much. I did have a couple of greens because my wife buys that stuff, and it was there, so I used it with some of the fish salad and salmon cakes. There's nothing wrong with good salad greens. I actually love them, and they were part of my daily routine when I was on keto. But I understand if you're super hardcore carnivore, that's a big no-no. Make your own choices. Keep it healthy. Right now, I am still on a calorie restricted diet while I am in the fat loss phase of getting my health back on track. Plus the exercise that I'm doing, the calorie restriction and the exercise combine to provide me that fat burn and enable me to lose the weight every week. I'm at about 1825 as the daily calorie goal, and that is almost no carbs with about close to my body weight in grams of protein. 164 to 180 grams of protein a day is kind of the goal to support the workouts and the exercise that I'm doing. And then the remainder of the calories primarily comes from fat, which if you're on keto or carnivore, you're very familiar with this high protein, high fat, low carb type of diet and the benefits of how it makes you feel. You stay full, you don't have hunger throughout the day. And, for a lot of people, it cures or makes better a lot of other ailments or symptoms that they were having. And I'll just tell you as one example, I have not had a single headache since the beginning of January cleaning up my diet. And I am known as a very frequent user of Excedrin, if you ask my wife, because of the amount of headaches I normally get. And I do attribute that complete lack of having any headaches or migraines to cleaning up the diet. My exercise is still very simple. I'm experimenting with doing something a little different this year, not rushing back into the gym, just cleaning up the diet and moving, making sure I'm moving every day, whether that is a run, an interval run, some sprints, a 10-mile hike, a 10-mile walk. In the month of March, I got in 57 miles or so. In the month of April, I got in 70 miles, and it would have easily been 100 or more miles in April, but I had some injuries. The plan was, in addition to adding in some more kettlebell and dumbbell type weight work, to up the level of the intensity of the cardio workouts by adding in some speed rope workouts. Unfortunately, what happened is I was doing so much running, walking, and hiking that my calves, unbeknownst to me, were getting stressed out. And the addition of the speed rope routine put a lot of extra strain on the calf. Imagine all that jumping rope every single day. And I got a level 1 calf strain. I didn't have to go to the doctor for it, but I did need to call an Uber from the park where I was doing my speed rope workout because I could not walk for 2 days. And then I was able to, ice it, elevate it, take some rest, and slowly start rehabbing it, doing stretching, doing all of the work to very slowly get that calf back into working condition for running and sprinting. I am not healed up enough to the point where I could jump, not at all. So speed rope is still out for a few weeks. I have a goal later this summer to run a 5K and then a 10K. So I need to make sure I take it easy. I'm old. I'm old as dirt, older than most of you probably by a few decades. But I need to take it slow. I'm just doing some gentle, easy walks right now, plus daily rehab on the calf, making sure I'm re-strengthening it, allowing it to heal. And, I'll add a mile or two every week back to the walks, plus some interval jogs and test it out. And in my rehab, I'm doing some jump testing. And to the point where I can jump without any pain, then I will slowly add in the speed rope, but I'm not going to do it on top of running days. I'm going to do it now in the future when I add it back in. I'll do it on a day that I'm not running so that I'm not overworking the calves. It is irritating not to be able to do the amount of aerobic work that you want to do, but at least I've got kettlebells and dumbbells still. I can do upper body. I can work on pull-ups and push-ups just fine as well. If you are older like me, take it easy. There's no reason to have to rush things. And, I also might even recommend go talk to a sports rehab therapist before you start any exercise routine if you're older, and find out if you have any areas of flexibility or mobility that you might need to work on before you begin any sort of exercise routine, including extended walks or jogging. And I have a sports rehab guy on call. I haven't needed to use him in the past few years, but I have in the past when I was doing marathon training. And I know where my weak areas are and what things I need to focus on for flexibility and mobility. Those are important as we age. 185 pounds now, down from 208. I am super happy with the progress. I had wished I'd be at 175 by the end of May, but it is what it is. And losing 4 pounds in the last 30 days is good. If I can keep that up, I should be at my goal by the end of June, maybe end of July. The good news is I've lost over 2 inches off of my waist so far, and things are progressing really, really well. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for me down below. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see you on the next video.